Hey, everybody, welcome back to Change Your Perspective, Change Your Awareness, Change Your Life. I'm Dr. Michelina. I'm a leadership consultant specializing in mindset, identity, self-awareness, and communication, helping you to become the main character in your story, right? So we talked a little bit about what main character energy actually is, right? And how you may or may not be the main character in your life. We also talked about that first step, which is really like the jarring thing, right? It's the first thing that is the introduction to the issue, right? And an actual narrative and an actual story, it's the setting out. But in your life, it's probably if you're taking one snapshot, you're setting the stage, you're looking at the scene, right? So then what comes next? In a story progression, it is sometimes called the rising action, right? But it's also called the new situation, the change of plan, something that happened that you weren't expecting. And so, whatever the thing is in your life, whatever scene it is that you're looking at, whatever you're constructing or looking at as far as analysis is concerned, you want to look at what this situation, how it shook you up. What was the change of plans? Why were you resistant to it? What was it that happened that freaked you out, maybe, So let's just say if you're looking, let's go back to the power balls, right? I was talking about that last time, like, oh, when I like open those fruit snacks and like whatever. The change of the situation in the moment, the thing I wasn't expecting, right? I wasn't expecting the thing to open up, and I wasn't expecting the guy I like to go like eat them up off the floor, that was unexpected. Now, when you are examining things that are unexpected to you in your life, what you do is you start to examine your own beliefs. Okay, so let's take a more serious situation, right? Let us say the situation that you're analyzing is a divorce. Okay. You weren't expecting is a traumatic thing in your life. You weren't expecting to have a divorce and you did, right? And that's never the expectation. Nobody goes into marriage with the expectation of divorce, right? Now, I'm using an example. You can pick a different example. And so that's step one, right? You identified the scene. The scene that was very hard for you was a divorce. Now, when you're looking at the new situation and the change of plans, whatever happened in that situation, the rising action of the thing, maybe you weren't expecting to get full custody of your kids and you got full custody of your kids, or maybe you were expecting it to be amicable and it was not. Maybe you were expecting it to be anything, right? So like that's really, you take the scene, whatever traumatic thing happened to you, and analyze it for your expectations of it and how that shifted, right? This is the thing that happened and I did not expect that to happen. Then you can examine your beliefs around the thing. So if we're taking the divorce, let's just make up this situation. I've never been divorced, I've never been married. Okay. So I'm just making up a hypothetical here. The situation is a divorce. The thing you weren't expecting is that your soon to be ex-wife takes everything you've got and your kids and makes you completely sign everything away, right? You can examine that for your own beliefs. What do you believe? You believe that divorces should be peaceable. You believe that conflict should be minimal. You believe that people should be 50-50. You believe that it wasn't fair. You believe that you were mistreated. Like you can get a lot of your own beliefs around any scenario, right? And I like coach people on how to do this. Like we deconstruct all types of situations that have occurred, because what I'm always trying to help people to do is to use the traumatic situations, the adversity in their life, and to help them transform it, transmute it, alchemize it so that you can be better, not bitter. Okay. You can be better, not bitter. And sometimes that takes work. Sometimes it's a little hard. And so you can take any situation. So whatever you wrote down, assuming you wrote something down, any situations you wrote down, you can analyze them for things that happened that were not what you expected, because your expectations belie your beliefs. If you expect to make a lot of money, you believe that I'm worth all the money I make. Any expectation, any expectation can be traced back to a belief system. Anyone, right? And so, what does this do with being the main character in your life? Okay. Because I am following storyline trajectory, but also I am doing so to help you analyze specific situations that were meant for your character development that might have kept you in like a trauma space. Okay. When you identify your limiting beliefs, of which you have many, I have many, you can keep working through and working through and working through, and you'll always uncover more because we place limits on ourselves based on our experiences. Kids don't have limits, okay? Kids are like, hey, I can do everything. I can do this and do that and do that. When really, no, they can't, right? They're very limited. They don't realize how limited they are. They have an invincibility mentality that is not actually at all aligned with their reality. And so parents are always the ones putting the limits on them. No, you can't run across the street. No, you can't touch the stove when it's hot. No, you can't eat this. No, you can't do that. And anybody who's a parent, which I am not, knows that you can only deter your child, your toddler, your, school age kid so much. Right. And so all this to say that main character energy, your limiting beliefs keep you from being the main character. Your limiting beliefs keep you from being powerful. Okay. Your limiting beliefs come from situations. That's what I'm telling you, right? It comes from situations. It comes from circumstances that were meant to teach you how to be the main character in your life. And instead we internalize and we stop being the main character in our lives. And we start thinking we can't do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so if you outline all those situations, step one, take a notice on how they are different than you expected them to be. Find your limiting beliefs from those moments. And so what you do, again, take the limiting belief. Well, take the scenario that happened, whatever it was. Check out your expectations around the thing. I didn't expect it to go like this. I expected it to go this way. Well, why did you expect it to go that way? You'll get very good at not expecting things to go anyway, and you just let it flow. Right? So expectations are really a tricky thing. I won't go into it completely. They keep us out of main character energy because they keep us in needy energy. They keep us in lack energy. It's like, oh, I didn't think it was going to go like that. Well, it did. So, or why didn't you think it was going to go like that? This happens a lot. I coach people like this a lot where they're like, I didn't think he was going to do that to me. I'm like, well, why didn't you think that? Look at everything in his past. Of course, that's how he's going to show up. And they're like, oh, right. It's like when people are like, I can't believe he cheated on me. Why can't you? Because he cheated on his last girlfriend to be with you. What do you think he was going to do? Right? I'm just giving examples. I'm throwing examples out. Okay. So you want to be the main character in your life. Find out your limiting beliefs. I'm not even going to say shift them. I'm just going to say be aware of them. Okay. And that's how you do it. The circumstances that you kind of wrote down, check out what you expected to happen and check out why you expected them to happen. And so you can be the main character in your life when you reframe those beliefs. And I see it all the time. I hear it all the time. People talk out of their limiting beliefs. It's like, oh, I'm never going to have any money. Limiting belief. That's not true. I don't currently have money. That is true. Doesn't mean you're never going to have any money. Doesn't mean you're never going to make any money. I'm never going to be anything. Okay, well, that's a limiting belief. I don't feel like I'm in my purpose right now. Okay, well, that's true. That's fine, right? We do this thing where we make our limiting beliefs our reality, and it makes us small. It makes us non-player characters, keeps us out of our path and purpose, keeps us small, limited. It's like, why? You have a brain that can literally conceive of pretty much anything, and you want to stay small? All right, well, you don't want to be the main character. That's fine by me. You don't want to live a life that you love. Hey, you do you. You want to be miserable? You do you. I will tell you right now, I had the option to be miserable or to overcome. I picked overcome. Okay, I picked overcome. And so, all this to say, hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're back. And so what I want to say is this. If you want to be the main character in your life, if you want main character energy, you want to call your power back to yourself, like you have got to know yourself, right? You as character, you as author, God as author, but you as author means that you have to know yourself really well. You have to know the situations that you've been in better than just the fact that, oh, I've been in this situation. You have to analyze it. You have to go back and look at it. Hard to do when there's emotions attached there, right? So I'm trying to give you a formulaic way to do that so that you can examine and be the main character in your life again, right? So this is what I coach. This is what I do. This is what I help people with. And so if you are interested in getting coached, then just reach out to me, Instagram, DM. Comments are a little bit more public. But if you are interested in being the main character in your life, if you're interested in building empires for yourself, if you're interested in making money, if you're interested in having the kind of dream life that you want to have, let me just tell you, you need to do the kind of self work that you probably don't necessarily want to do. Okay. So I will be continuing this main character energy series over the next few, I guess, maybe days, weeks, and we will get you your power back. And I will see you on the next video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. If you like what's going on here, let everybody know.